This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck as a 2006 Ford F250 crew cab. It's four-wheel drive, 6.0 turbo diesel. It has the FX4 Rancho suspension package that's put on at the factory. It's also a King Ranch, which is the saddle leather seats. Has 117,000 miles. It's being sold on a salvage title due to theft. It is not a collision, it is not a fire, it is not a flood, it is not wrecked in any way, shape, or form. It is a salvage title because they paid a total loss on it and the insurance company doesn't want the liability selling it on a clean title. Basically, the lawyers are saying we're divorced from the vehicle. The next guy who buys it can't sue us because we sold it on a salvage title. So if you go out and run a stop sign, you can't blame Allstate or Geico or Progressive. If you want to get an even better explanation, watch the little animated video about salvage theft that we have in our ads, and it'll explain it to you in a semi-humorous form. But it's just lawyers, you know, sort of like the lawyers that run our country. Stupid, but it does make these vehicles a lot more affordable, so for that we appreciate it. Anyhow, I'm going to walk around. I'm going to show you what's going on with this thing. It came from Hayward, California, which is obviously California. They don't let anything go off-road without paying like $1 million, so pretty safe to say that even though it's got this aftermarket suspension package on it, if it was off-road, it was on a very nice off-road. They don't go off-road in California without written approval from the UN or somebody. Some basic rock chips up here, not too bad. The only thing that really was going on that I noticed was that's an A-10 flying over our head. Anyway, the only thing I noticed was on the side of the hard tonneau cover were some touched up spots. Someone got too close to it or scratched it up a little bit, but they did a nice job of touching it up. We'll scrape on the back of here and this. A little touch up there would be a good idea. Scratch right there. Boy, tell you what though, as far as dings or dents on this side, it is nice. This is the hard tonneau cover that they painted to match. See these right here? Somehow they probably got too close to something when they were opening it. But touch-up work is excellent, so I don't think it's that big a deal. But it is my job to make sure that you know what you're buying and you get really good video and pictures of what you're buying, so that if you pay by wire and ship, you get more than you expected and not anywhere close to less. You've got to get at least what you're expecting. And that is how we've been successful for so long. Anyhow, let's see, we got parking sensors. Good sign it didn't do any towing. How do I know? Because this piece will always be bashed in by the tow hitch from people backing into it if they tow a lot. You got a brand new spare tire. Let's see if I can open this up a little bit here. Oh, shoot. Gotta unlock this. Boy, it's pretty. Let's drop. Tires all the way around look like they're probably 50% tread. I see a little bit. That feels like it's in the clear coat. That would probably buff out. There was a scratch right here that's been touched up. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not. Boy, this thing is really straight. Alright, I'm going to start this up, let you see under the hood, show you all the correct VIN stamps on the fenders and on the core support. 117,525 miles. We open the hood here. We did put 2 brand new batteries in it. There's your Ford stamp on the passenger fender. There's your Ford stamp between my fingers and the Ford stamp on the core support. There's your smog sticker where it belongs. There's your Ford stamp on the driver core support. There's the Ford stamp on the driver. New battery here. Runs great. Let's see. Where's our mark? All right. That's the driver rear door window. It's a little bit of a stain here. I'm not sure if that wouldn't come out with saddle soap. My detail shop, they just clean these things. They don't condition them or anything. The saddle leather feels great. Sometimes it get real hard if it's not taken care of, so I would say they took relatively good care of it. This is what it looks like. This is the color it looks like when it's brand new. Obviously, that's what happens when the sun gets to it. Right there. You got the King Ranch mats, King Ranch seats where they belong. Everything's where it belongs. Alright, this is your passenger rear window. That works fine. Door panel looks the way it's supposed to look. That's that. From that standpoint, it looks awesome. Back seat looks great. Here's your passenger front window. Door locks. That works fine. Let's see. On and off on the heated seats. Seat forward, seat back, seat up, seat down, back seat cushion up, back seat cushion down, front seat cushion down, front seat cushion up. All that stuff works. That's what the armrest looks like. It's fine. Well, the air is blowing ice cold. That's a beautiful thing. It's October here in Tucson, and it is still warm. Obviously, they stole the radio. Let's look on the roof real quick and make sure we have no surprises up there. We don't like surprises. No. No surprises there. This is a King Ranch steering wheel, but they put a steering wheel cover on it, which is nice. I concur with that. There's the driver window, passenger window, passenger rear window, driver rear window. Alright, door locks. Door locks. We have power pedals, that's up, that's down, that works fine. Nothing going on there. Let me make sure that we don't have any surprises under there. Like I said, surprises suck. I don't like surprises. So that's off. And that's on. Off. On. Driver's seat back. Driver's seat forward. Up. I can tell that the driver's seat was conditioned and lotioned up a lot. You can tell by it feels really soft. And it's got a little bit of a darker color to it. So the guy who drove this thing wanted his seat to be right. That seat's up, seat down, rear seat up, rear seat down. Yeah, it looks really good. Armrest has a little bit of wear on it. It still feels pretty soft though. That's kind of unusual. Usually those things are hammered. I'm gonna hop in. Let's see if they unplugged it or if they cut it. Let's see. Where is the end? Doesn't really matter if they cut it or they unplugged it, but it makes it a little bit easier if they didn't cut it. Yeah, I think they cut it. There's your antenna cord, but I think that they cut the, so you're gonna have to get another plug, which is probably another 15 bucks. Up so it stops whistling. There we go. And that is blowing beautiful. All right. Cup holder. That still fires up. All right. System check here. Oh my gosh, the turbo's not working. By the way, we get that all the time when I'm doing these videos and it's parked. Oh, the turbo doesn't work. If you're that guy who doesn't know why the turbo's not turboing while we're parked, you are not the guy for this car. There's tow on and off. Let's see. It has cruise control. Obviously, the radio won't work without a radio. I'm going to try the backup sensors real quick. Let's see if we got backup sensors. Oh, you know what? I got to put on my seatbelt, huh? That is a backup sensor going off right there. So yes, we do have a backup sensor. Let's see. Let me put it into neutral. Let me try the rear sliding window. That's that. I got to pick up the pace here because I got to keep it under 15 minutes. All right, 4 low. There's 4 low and drive. Perfect. Reverse. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to put it into neutral for high. Now we're in for high. Drive. Reverse. Perfect. All right. Back to 2-wheel drive and let's go. It's on a salvage title, so if you come to Tucson to drive it home, you have to have the title restored. To get insurance or plates, you have to have a restored salvage title. We have to take it down to motor vehicles, get a level 3. We charge $200 to do that. 50 goes to state, 150 goes to us. 150 covers the time that we may or may not be down there. Sometimes we're down there 15 minutes, sometimes we're down there all day. It requires us to stay with the car. That's why it's that expensive. It's the best money you'll ever spend, trust me. Even if you do it in your own state, it's better to to have us do it. So anyway, it's $200 to restore the title. Then you can get plates and insurance. $250 dock fee, and then you have taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. So, quick example, if your state tax rate is 3% and you come to Tucson to drive it home, you're going to have 5% total tax. That's 3 plus 2. So the total tax is 5%. Dock fee of $250, and to restore the title, it's $200. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're going to pay is your agreed upon price, and you can add $200 if you'd like to have us restore the title before it leaves. And there's turbo. See, that's what happens when the turbo goes on. The turbo gauge works. Anyway, it's a beautiful car, not truck. Beautiful truck. Runs great. I have no vibrations going on at all. It's got a brand new spare. It's got tires that look to be probably at least 50%. It needs a radio. That's it. Everything else is great. Let me drive it hard. Runs great. Wow. Beautiful. All right, well, please make sure you get a deposit. Once we have a deposit, we'll put your name in a banner over the vehicle at our website at wheelk.com, and you'll know that you have a deposit. It's no longer for sale. Until we have a deposit, it is for sale, regardless of the negotiations accepting or not. Also, eBay people, every video I've been making for the last 3 months, and you're welcome to check them, about the very end of it, I'll give the eBay speech. This is not a brand new truck, obvious to most people. eBay people, about 30% of them are the most bizarre people ever. It's not brand new. Ford and its engineers, just like Porsche and Audi and everybody else in the world, sets a limit on their warranty because they don't know what's going to happen after that point. Neither do we, because we don't know as much as Ford does. Okay, we didn't build the car. So please make sure that you realize that some of the money you're saving may sooner or later have to be invested in the vehicle. Okay, this thing is pretty damn solid, but I don't know if it's going to go into a supernova a week after you get it. I have no idea. All right, you've seen it run. You'll have a bunch of HD pictures. You'll have a copy of the title and information about what these things are famous for at the bottom of the end. Please be informed.